It is time now for a CNN reality check, and at least we have some pretty pictures to look at. These are pretty pictures of
John Avlon?
Of John Avlon, which is going to make us all feel better. Actually, it's of golf courses by a man who had never even seen a golf course in person, but somehow these wound up freeing him after nearly 3 decades behind bars. This is an interesting reality check that you have chosen here, John Avlon, our CNN senior political analyst. Explain.
It's a fascinating story, Allie. Valentino Dixon was serving a 39-to-life sentence for murder. Now, he's also a talented self-taught artist who honed his craft while serving his time. He was 19 years into his sentence at Attica when a golf-obsessed warden brought Dixon a picture of the famous 12th hole at Augusta National and asked him to draw it for him as a retirement gift. After that, Dixon caught the bug as well, drawing detailed pictures of all things golf. Something about the game spoke to his spirit, despite having never stepped on a golf course before. Dixon became so good and so prolific that it eventually caught the attention of Golf Digest magazine, which profiled him back in 2012. They noticed his work, but they also noticed something else. His conviction was about as flimsy as the prison-sanctioned 6-by-8-inch paper his work was drawn on. Golf Digest listened to Dixon's story. They looked into what he told him. They published his claims of innocence. And in the process, golf writers became investigative reporters. Then more media picked up the story. Georgetown University students worked the case as part of a course on prison reform. And this past Wednesday, after 27 years in prison, Valentino Dixon walked free. Make no mistake, this happened because of the power of the press. Here's what his lawyer, Donald Thomas, told Golf Digest. Quote, "Once a case crosses a certain threshold of media attention, it matters, even though it shouldn't. It's embarrassing for the legal system that for a long time, the best presentation of the investigation was from a golf magazine." Yes, it is extraordinary that a golf magazine freed an innocent man. But it's even more extraordinary that a golf magazine had to. According to the Buffalo News, another man confessed to the murder right after it happened and kept confessing at least 9 more times. Now, Dixon's record wasn't squeaky clean, but he was no murderer. Those who looked into his story said it was just another case of a young black man being railroaded by local law enforcement and then forgotten about the system once he was in prison. And he is far from alone. According to a conservative estimate from the Innocence Project, the rate of wrongful convictions in this country is at least 1%. Figuring a prison population of 2.3 million, that's at least 23,000 people. To put that in perspective, imagine a college stadium full of innocent people unfairly imprisoned in America. Now, the Trump administration has promised to address prison reform and unfair sentencing, and that would be welcome. But words haven't translated to action quite yet. For now, one thing is clear. The free press helped free a man this week after nearly 3 decades were stolen from him. It's a reminder that a functioning democracy requires shining a light in the darkness, even and especially when other folks have given up. And that's your reality check.
John, you weren't kidding. That was really a remarkable one.
Right.
And I mean, such an important message. And thank God for Golf Digest.
Good for Golf Digest,
yes.
right?
Absolutely.
You can find good reporters anywhere.
We can find truth at a lot of different places.
That's right. So true. John, thank you very much for that reality check.